What? Oh, 7 o'clock video, but
7
you're already
o'clock
late.
video.
You're already late.
I am late, yeah.
So some of you that have been following the page for a long time know that Stacy and I have had some weird shit going on. When things were getting kind of bad, I've always had a saying that I've always said, piece of paper don't make a marriage. And I've always said that. Stacy was the first one to ever get a piece of paper on me. And then I filed for divorce when we were having some problems, thinking that maybe it would snap her back around to be the wife that she was. Because we had the perfect marriage for the first 5 years. The absolute perfect marriage. And that's what I wanted back. So the day we got divorced, when we left the courthouse, we got back to the house. That's when the realization hit her in the courthouse that I was serious and it was real. And then I said, well, what are we going to do? I said, we're going to get you an apartment. Or she said, oh, no. She said, I'm not going nowhere. If a piece of paper don't make a marriage, then losing a piece of paper can't kill a marriage. Used my own words against me, so there wasn't really a whole bunch I could say. But we've been trying to work this out for the last 5-6 years. And I think finally the show had a big part to do with it. Our lives changing so dramatically with Brantley had a lot to do with it. Just a whole bunch of different things that had happened over the course of the last, 6, 7, 8 years?
Yeah.
So, something good comes out of everything bad, or I'd like to think that. And it seems like since the car's burnt, that and somebody else that worked for me messed up, that Stacy stepped up and actually done what needed to be done to keep the businesses and everything afloat. Because when we lost the cars, I wasn't in too good a frame of mind to be doing anything. So I told her, it's either you and me against the world, or we're ending this shit and getting it over with. And she has stepped up and has been more of a wife than she has been in the last 6 years to me. And don't get me wrong, guys, on her worst day, she's better than 98% of the fucking women out there. But when you've had somebody that's the best, that finishes your own sentences, that knows your thoughts before you ever voice them, that knows everything about you, knows what you love and what you don't like, and all that, that's what you want again. And that's what I've wanted. That's what I've been trying to get out of her for the last 6 years. So since we kind of like turned the corner and came over the hump by Jones, since all of that, I told Stacy the other day that we were talking about my little Route 66 trip we're going to take in the Nova, or that I'm going to take. And she's sitting there smiling at me, and I said, what? And she's just smiling. I thought, there ain't no way she knows what the fuck I'm fixing to say, because I ain't told nobody. I've told nobody, so there's no way she knows. But she kept smiling. I thought, damn, if she knows this, I'm going to have to run. Because evidently she got a camera on me somewhere. So she said, so I get to go with you? And I said, well, I'll tell you what, let's get married on Monday, and we'll leave on Tuesday. So Monday, Robin Roberts, you guys know him with the Firebird, the high voltage Firebird, very good friend of mine. He's also a pastor, is coming to the house, and we're going to get married. You didn't bring your ring?
No, still in the box.
You can tell them a story about the ring.
So, how far back do you want me to go, to the beginning?
I reckon.
So, the first time James asked me to marry him, and we were planning to get married, which was a super quick deal.
Yeah, how that went down is I called her and said, hey, what are you doing on Friday? She goes, I'm coming down to see you because I was working up by the Oklahoma-Texas border. And I said, well, what do you think? I said, you want to go get married Friday? She said, why, are you pregnant? I said, no, but I may be after Friday.
If I hadn't been sick on Sunday, I would have said, are you pregnant again? Because I don't want no more kids.
Yeah. So back to your ring story.
But I wasn't. So back to my ring story. I told James, because initially he said, I don't do jewelry. I said, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever you give me will be fine. He said, well, what about if I get you a gold band?
Nope, that's
And
not
I
how the
said,
story
as
went
long as
down.
It's white
It's
gold.
not how it went down. I said I will never buy a woman another diamond because my first wife took the one that I bought her, and back then I had no money. It was like $789. I bought it at Walmart, and she pawned it while I was in prison. I said I will never buy a diamond for a woman ever again.
Right.
And Stacy said, and if I'm wrong about any of this, you call me out in front of everybody.
No, you did.
She
say
said, "I will marry you. I will marry you in the pouring down rain with a
that. A bread sack for a dress and a bread twist for a ring.
a what for a dress?
A bread sack.
No,
A flour sack. For
flour sack. A flour sack for a dress and a twist tie off a loaf of bread for a ring. Now, see if you can finish this.
Yeah, yeah. So
You're not gonna be able to finish this story. So,
you finish it.
she said, well, are we just going to get bands? I said, yeah, we'll get bands. She said, well, can it at least be white gold? I said, sure. I went, a guy that actually got me started in Alpha Steel that hired me away and taught me the metal building business. And he's been married a lot because he's a Jehovah's Witness and you can't have sex unless you're married. So he gets tired of them and he still wants to have sex. He just goes and gets remarried. So we went down to Dallas and I bought a diamond, which I knew nothing about that, but he was a professional at it. I mean, he whipped this thing out. He got the magnifying glass and he's going, yeah, that looks like a 1C with a -2 clarity, blah, 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 blah. Because he asked me what my budget was. I said, I got about $5,500 left on my credit card. So I bought Stacy the diamond. Then he told Mike Irvin, he said, yeah, and he needs a disposable. So he came out with a plain band. Okay, so everybody high, then you gotta go. Come on, this is serious business. So he comes out with a plain, relaxed fit gold band. So when I get back, Stacy came down. I was staying in a fifth wheel trailer over by the job. And when I brought the ring in, I had the gold band in the box and I handed it to her. And she opened it up, she goes, oh, it's yellow gold. I said, well, that's all they had this short notice. And she said, oh, okay. All right, well, that's fine. And then she puts it on, it's way big. She goes, oh, I think this one's yours. I said, well, maybe this one's yours. And I handed her the one that had the setting with the diamond.
It's the solitaire.
This is what she did. Jumps up, runs over to the sink, holds it up to the light, and says, oh, yeah, that looks like a I1 with a clarity of 2. And I went, motherfucker, really? Are you shitting me? She was working at a jewelry store. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, well, I'm glad that thing passed the test. Since I bought you a diamond and swore I wasn't going to.
It was the most beautiful diamond I'd ever seen and I'd ever owned. I loved it, loved it, loved it. It was beautiful.
So, that was with the setting. And then I told her, you can go pick out whatever setting you want. And you said?
She said, I'm not picking out a setting. I'm wearing whatever you gave me. When the day comes that you want me to have a setting, you go pick it out.
Called guilt fucking trip.
Till then.
But back then, she could get away with all that.
I love this. It's perfect.
So I went and I had her a ring built, a custom ring built to how I wanted it. And you can explain what the ring signifies.
So I think it was a year later on my birthday. My ring the band has 3 rows of diamonds, 2 rows of yellow diamonds, and then a row of white diamonds in the middle. And there's a row of diamonds for each time that I've been married. The 2 were different, and then there's one in the middle that's very special, which is you. And then he had my solitaire set in it. So my ring altogether has 32 diamonds, and he gave it to me on my 32nd birthday.
So,
And it's beautiful.
when we got divorced, I told her, you cannot wear that ring if you're not my wife. So, with everything that's happened, everything's coming full circle. Plus, I got to thinking to myself, if you want things to be back like they were, you need to put them back like they were. So, I'm going to put that ring back on her finger officially Monday. So now, that's a special announcement you guys, I told you was coming. We got to go.
I I have a wedding to plan.
Yeah. Oh, well, I gave her 5 days to pull this off because I didn't tell her till when.
Well, he told me on Sunday, but I've had all kinds of fun going on this week.
So,
So let's go. Let's do it.
what, would you fix up fist bump me? You grabbed your hand like you were gonna fist bump me. Seriously? All right, guys. Thanks. We're out. Oh, and for our honeymoon,
Oh yeah,
forgot about the important part.
the greatest. That's gonna be so.
For the
good.
honeymoon, we're gonna take the Nova. You guys see the picture I posted that Mike at Anvil Trailer built me a little trailer. We're gonna load this thing up. We're gonna drive down Route 66 to California in the Chevy 2. I was gonna do the pole, but everybody was swaying towards the Chevy 2. And at the end of the day, Route 66, 66 Nova, plus if I do it with this car with a conventional small block and all that, that to me is more impressive than if I do it with a car with an LS, because that's what everybody else say. Oh, well, it's got an LS in it, so it's not hard to drive. Well, that's not an LS. So,
Did you fix the heater in this yet?
there is no heater in that.
Never gonna have one.
Never gonna have one.
I'll get some cozy blankets.
Or cuddle up.
We've done that in Nova before.
That's right.
Do it again.
We have in this car, actually. All right. Thanks, guys. Now you know it all. Or this part of it, anyway.